I'm Claire from Created the Ottaway. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me. Really lovely, quick and easy little make today. Everyone's trying to be a little bit thrifty this year and stretch our stash a bit further. I love to gift handmade and there's no better way than making a pretty little box and filling it with some chocolate. So this is what I'm going to show you today. It's super simple and you can get 2 out of 1 piece of 6 by 6, so that's even better. Perfect for these Lindt chocolates or anything else that you've got. So really stretching your budget. This one I made with the Storybricks Gnome Suite, just die cut from the paper and layered with some ribbon. It's quite big inside. This one I just used my layering circles, if you're lucky enough to have those. If you haven't got them in your stash, then it is an essential must have really, because there's so much you can do just by layering some different cards. I've also used some of the vellum there, okay, from Stampin' Up, just cut some of that off, and the snowflake from the Celebrations tags dies, so we're going to use that as well. And I've just added a little gem on there, one of the fine sparkles gems as well. So a little bit of something to jazz it up, and of course the pretty ribbon. What do we do? Well, you just literally take your 6 by 6 piece of paper, and this started off as a 12 by 12, so I will get 8 out of 1 sheet, and you're just cutting it at 3 inches, so basically just in half. That's it. Okay, so we're going to do 2 at once. So then we need a piece of coordinating card to match, and that is going to be 2 3/4 inches, this is, by 2 inches, and then you're scoring it on all 4 sides at 1.5. So let's do that. So 2 3/4. Okay, and by 2. And I'm going to cut 2 at the same time because I'm making 2 little bags in one go. You might as well. Okay, so put that one to one side, and then I'm scoring it on all 4 sides at 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1 side, 2 sides, 3 and 4. We do the other one at the same time, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Although I have to say, here in the UK, it's torrential rain, constant at the minute. It's not at all Christmassy, it's just rain. So then we need some scissors. Did I bring any scissors through? Oh, I've got these ones, I'll use these ones. So I'm just making the bottom of my box here. So we're just doing this base bit here. So the same as you would for any other box or lid. We've made quite a few together on my videos. If you haven't watched any of my videos, go and have a look. I try and get straight to the point without too much waffle. And I always use Stampin' Up stuff because I love it so much. Now you don't really have to shape the bottom of these, but I'm just gonna, because the tabs, I'm just taking a little sliver off on the inside, just so it gives a nice square shape. Doing this ever so quickly for you. Okay, and that just gets folded over, and we're just going to glue that together. Okay, so we're just going to glue it together like this and make the base of the box. So I'm using Tombow glue because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, that's one side. Now, the reason I'm doing a hard or a stronger box than the DSP is so that it will stand up really nicely. So you can use it as a table decoration. You could use it as a tree decoration as well, actually. It would hang really nice. And you can jazz it up to make it look really something special, or you can make it quite child friendly, especially with the gnomes. Okay, so you're just aiming for a little box like that. Okay, and that's going to be your base, so it's going to sit. Then you take your piece of paper and using your bone folder, you just curve it. I've left mine in the other room, so I'm just going to use my fingers. I'm not trying to do anything, then give the paper an idea of which way I want it to fold. So I'm going to basically wrap this round, and the paper's quite stiff, so I'm just curving it, just giving it an idea. Now you don't have to do anything to this. You're going to glue round the base. So taking one of the long sides, I'm just going to put glue on half of the side, like so, and then deciding that this side is my outside, I am just lining it up with the base, and then I'm just going to hold that until it's done. You could use double-sided tape if you prefer. I always get myself in a mess with the double-sided, or I stick it in the wrong place and then I can't move it. So that side's glued. We're just going to go to the next side, and I'm just going to do it first. Just going to hold it on without any glue and just give the paper a little bit of a fold so that it knows which way I want it to go. So now I've done that, I'm going to open it back out and put a bit of glue on there. And then that piece will come round there, like so. And just hold that on for a minute. Press it on the inside. Just make sure it's really stuck before you go on to the next side. So the next side is going to come round, like so. Like that. So I'm just going to glue the next side. Like that. See how easy this is? I just love 6x6 paper. Generally if I get 12x12 paper, I cut it into 6x6. I don't feel so intimidated to use it if it's smaller. If it's a big sheet, I'm a bit like, oh, I should use it for something special. Maybe make a scrapbook page with it, and then I never cut it. A lot of my ladies like the paper shares that I do as well, and they're always 6x6. You get a good amount of all different papers to try, especially as Stampin' Up's are two-sided. Okay, so that's going round now. It's shaping up quite nicely. Now these two bits sides I'm going to do in one go. So I'm going to fold that round and just give it an idea of where I want it to go. Okay, I'm not really creasing it, I'm just holding it in place. And then also what I'm going to do is put a line of glue along this edge, because that's going to be the join. And my glue is on a go slow. Got to really force it to come out, but that's quite good because you don't want too much glue. So you're just gluing that bit there, and then this bit here. Okay, and then bring that round, and then that side round. And remember that you've got glue on this edge, so just press it in place. might put my scissors in there to hold it down. Because I can't get my finger in, like I've got little fingers. Just on this side as well. Just using the edge of my scissors. If I had my bone folder, I'd use that. I didn't bring it through. Okay, so when you're happy that that's all glued in place, there is your box. So what do you do now? Well, we need to put a ribbon or a handle. You could go and do your own thing now, but basically that's your box. You can see that you can fit, we could probably fit 2 in if you wanted to be really nice, like that. So you put your tree in, and then we need to make some holes. Now you can do that with anything that you've got. I've got a little hole punch a single hole punch that I make some holes in. You could use your pokey tool. It depends how wide your ribbon is. So for the ribbon that I've got this, because it's quite round and you can get hold of the fibres and pull it through, you really don't need it very wide. I do tend to make a little mark of where I want the 2 holes. So I've got a little hole there and a little hole there in the middle. I don't do this at the beginning because I'm never quite sure that it's going to line up. So I'm just going to make those holes. My hole punch. So there's my 2 holes. Thought they didn't match up then, just because the paper's there. Okay, and thread it through from the back. So like I say, this ribbon is really good because it's got fibres that you can get hold of. And that's going to go through there. If you've got ribbon that's slightly thicker, if you cut it on the end, at an angle, so pretend that's your ribbon. If you cut it like that, that point will go through as well. So that's a little thing you can do as well. If you've got wider ribbon. So that just goes through there. And then out the other side. Okay, and you just pull that tight to pull it in. And then you can tie that in a bow or tie it in a knot, whatever's your fancy. Then to decorate, so if I bring these back in, with both of them I use the layered circles. I actually like this one. I think it's really nice with the snowflake. So what I did was die cut one shape like that and one shape out of the same specific point as the base, a white one, and then a vellum that's going to go straight over the top. So I'm just going to layer those. You can layer them with dimensionals, or depends how much you want it to stand out in the front. So that's just going to go on there. And then this one, last time I put it on with dimensionals, but to save me having to go and get it, I'm just going to layer that on there. It's just enough that it gives a little bit of a border around. And then this vellum goes straight on. And because this glue dries clear, I can just put it over. Okay, like so. Now, I've already done the snowflake. I thought that it needed to stand out a bit more, so I've got a sponge dauber, and using my Pacific point, I'm just going to pick up some of that ink and stick it on there so you can see it. I am just making it look a bit snowflakey, and then just putting it slightly darker in some areas, like that. So when I pick that up now and put it against there, it really stands out. So I just put a blob of glue in the middle, like so, and put that over towards that edge. and take some of these fine sparkle adhesives, because they really are sparkly. I don't know if you can see that. Take one of those and put that in the middle. And that is our topper for that. Oh, didn't give it enough time to glue. Put a little bit more glue on there. And we are done. So there you go. 3 little bags, and super quick and easy and perfect to make a single chocolate look a bit of a wow. Thank you for watching. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please subscribe and click on the bell, and you'll get a little notification every time I do a video, which is usually once a week. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.